So we have a quick check on our society.
Yes.
All right. Our society is
cloudy.
Yeah, it's
not bad, but it's not the best day.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody is reasonably happy.
Yeah.
Which means in many ways that they don't notice how bad certain things are.
Honestly, things are probably better now than before, since they're not only content, they're happy.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then we have here that, however, morally, the morality of society, they are kind of indifferent. They don't care if it's how things are done. As long as they stay happy,
so
it's okay.
If it doesn't affect them, who
right,
cares?
Exactly. And then here, this is interesting because we were talking about the selfishness.
Yeah.
And it is not much better. It is right in the middle. People are no better and no worse than they ever are.
Yeah, give and take in the same amounts.
Mm-hmm. Our story and our concern is with very privileged people. And then we also have in the middle, again, we have the law of the society, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, just how legal. And it's no more legal than it has to be and no more illegal than it has to be.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love this image, right? You are right. It's like this horrifying Disneyland, right? And then I want to talk about this a little bit. People talked about this at my website. What does it mean?
It's probably the most confusing of them.
Yeah. Well, you see in the States, and the author he was only using American sources for the stories and things, and the FBI, the history of serial killing in the United States. So he was thinking very much in American terms. And as an American, I can look at this and I can describe the differences between every single step. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know exactly what it means.
Yeah.
But Sweden is really different. So we are in a place where it's distinctly, there's not an Arab in sight.
All right. Because the politicians have made good sure of that.
That's right. Yes. So, right. Everybody is happy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have nothing to worry about.
Especially if they're not being very moral about it.
Yeah.
Right.
There are morality.
Yeah. Indifferent. Yes. It's okay. So we have an idea.
Yep.
Now, I believe the last thing that we did was you marked it here. The killer scene starts.
Killer scene starts.
Yes. So you are going to begin.
All right.
And the last thing that happened, I believe, was I attempted.
I think you.
Yeah. Well, I tried to cross the line again, and I failed. That might have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
So now we're gonna do one of the killer scenes.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no. Right.
And you have more plot points than me.
Yeah. Misdirection, manipulation, investment.
Yeah, I think the manipulation and the ruination were the ones where you could alter the scores to bring you closer to finishing.
Yeah. I did the ruination last time. That kind of feels... Are you sure ruination actually gives a victim, since it doesn't say here?
One of them does. Oh, manipulation does.
Oh.
That's when you killed my father.
No, that was a killer scene.
Oh, that was but then then you killed somebody else with it, or did you try a manipulation and fail?
I think I failed.
Okay.
On that one.
Yeah, because my ex-girlfriend actually is still alive.
Yeah.
So I'm certain she was next. So
you know what? Manipulation scene.
Okay.
I think I have an idea. And oh yeah, right. You're the one framing it.
Okay. And so the first thing we do is going to
roll out.
Yes. So what are our numbers?
4 compulsion. All right.
That's right. Yeah.
First we're rolling for compulsion and obsession, I think.
I believe so. Yes, it's 4 and 4.
Yeah.
And I will check my numbers to be sure about that. My obsession has actually gone down to 3.
All right. Yeah, I've been updating this
Yeah,
one
I
since
have
it has a
not
current.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just.
So
I
I think
think
since it has a
I've been
start,
doing it here. I think.
it has a start and a current.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I've been filling in the current one.
And I'm going to. My stability is still 6, and my conscience is back up to 3 after a little bit of suffering.
Yeah.
And then my obsession is unfortunately at a tiny 3, which is terrible. I started it a much better obsession. Oh well. Okay, so
That's a 5 over here.
there's your plot point as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the
Um,
dice are not fair.
And so,
What do we get? This is the only choice.
nice apartment in Göteborg.
Oh!
Yeah,
we're going down
back
there now.
home. Well, gives us a little bit of time and opens up the story a little bit.
All right.
That makes sense. Okay. My turn? I
Yes.
shall frame it. Okay. Well, you know what? I think that I am, at this time, I am back at my home and I have just put away all of my all the clothes that I wore at the funeral for my father.
Yeah.
And I'm putting away all of those things. It's all finished. And I decide that I'm going to keep, his picture there. I'm take a picture that was on my desk.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the wall.
All right.
And so, yes, I'm kind of, and I'm decided that I'm going to call my publisher, right, who told me to get out of there and quit causing trouble and things like that. And
Yes.
so I'm going to call him and say that, you know what? You're not going to believe this, but I have just finished the first 2 chapters and a full outline of a book that's going to make the previous success look like just an opener. I'll send you I'll send you what I have on my outline, and I'm just really excited about this.
All right. You're going to hear back from the other side of the phone that this is not something too risky, is it?
Well, we took a risk on the last one.
Yes, and it did pay off. Sure. But we don't need to take a risk every time. At some point, the ship will go down. Why don't you play it safe?
I kind of smile and say, sure, of course I will. And I've got this look like, I can't wait.
Yeah. And this is interesting manipulation since I'm thinking he's gonna say you what was your ex-wife's name?
I don't think we gave her one, which is
Judith.
Judith, okay.
That's her name now.
Judith. Okay.
So Judith came here earlier looking for you. It was something urgent. We're not sure. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Well, I guess she must not have been able to find me.
She looked a bit frantic.
Okay. And let's say, when isn't she frantic? All right. Well, I guess for the sake of peace, I'll get in touch.
All right.
So are we going to roll, or are we coming to a point of
your friend is... I'm kind of unsure where we roll.
You can roll, or we can roll when it seems as though I might have a big potential for it to go one way or the other. If it goes badly, what happens?
Yeah.
There's a victim. Or possibly.
And I'm thinking if things go badly, you might start suspecting
Oh, yeah. But
that she's in league.
Okay. Well,
With-
let's worry about that
Yeah.
if it goes badly. But yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers. There's several things that could happen. One of them might be another victim, right?
Yep.
Another one that could
Oh.
happen.
Well, it is. A victim will be increased by
Okay.
1.
Mhm.
And it's either your stability or stress that increases
Oh, I
together
see.
with that.
Right. Right. So stability goes down.
Yep.
Right.
Or stress increases.
And stress going up will put me into stress 2. And that's when I start having penalties to my dice.
All right.
So, in fact, I will open my page to stress just in case. And
All right.
then what happens if you fail?
If I fail, you will actually manage to clear out any misunderstanding that's about to happen. And let's say failure is decrease the control by 1. Yeah, they realize that someone is trying to frame, so to say, your ex-wife,
right?
If being part of
exactly. In other words, I'm onto your little right, or I'm onto this in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it probably isn't. It doesn't have to be the killer specifically.
No.
Right. So, okay, let's have a look at this because I'm going to continue to play. I'm going to go to her place. In fact, I will have to go. I pull out an old box and I go through and I pull out the key.
Yeah.
Right. That I have, and I will go and probably it's in an area of Göteborg which is not easily, the tram does not easily go there.
Okay.
You have to drive.
All right.
Or maybe if you did, you would have to drive. The tram would take you all around, and it's really annoying. So I'd rather drive. And so. She's a person who probably owns one of these really, really shiny startups that she made a lot of money on and has a lot. Now she flies around the world in her little global business and probably has friends who are just like her.
All right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So should
we roll now?
Yes, and now I have to roll my terrible.
Control versus stability, actually.
Control, not so bad, right?
Mine is bad.
Aha.
Mine is only 4.
Excellent. My stability is 6. Oh, yeah, I believe you're going to help yourself out a little bit, right?
How many? What about all of them?
Oh, you have done that before. So now you're rolling 7 or something like that?
8.
Okay. Let's use these black dice. I didn't bring enough.
All right.
Bring enough black, so you can add red.
Yeah, great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I roll quite well.
Not me.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to let's see. So for that 6, I succeed, and so I'm going to go to her apartment, and I'm going to discover she's not there, and I get a little worried.
Yeah. And
then she will come in. And so I will, and she's totally frantic. And I'm saying, what?
And she's going to look like frantic and going to see that you're here. And she looks like she didn't expect that you would be here. She's kind of like holding up her arms like, okay, calm down.
Me calm?
Yes, we can talk about this. She looks like she's...
Yes. And I'll sit down and all of it. Before I was like, it's okay. Now I'm like, and I'll sit down, but I look like I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Like you sit down, it's like,
yeah,
I'm not going anywhere. And say, why don't you talk about it?
Okay, you're just gonna have to get your name again because I have.
That's okay. I'm Benno.
Benno, yeah, right. Well, Benno, I've got to hear that you started to get really obsessed with the murders, and I've heard that you've gotten frighteningly obsessed with them. Please don't do anything. Like, I don't want to... Could you just stop doing those murders?
You think...
She looks like she's kind of,
right.
One kind of like doesn't really want to sit down. Kind of wants to be ready to leave because she's a bit scared.
I'm
but
beginning to think and saying, wait a minute. The first guy who was killed was my friend. Second guy who was killed was my father, and everybody knows I was there. And they think I'm accusing people out of nowhere and trying to plant evidence. I just realized I could be a suspect.